Take it like a lover. Anyway, speaking of getting fucked, um, so I might as well do a a little nipple of an update because I don't know how I feel about this. I always say that, but anyways, I got my air conditioner today, and instead of getting one of the window ones, the little box ones that you stick in the window, I opted to get an indoor one, a portable one. Um, Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if the extra power that I got, I'm noticing it. Because if this is... I'm sorry, this is supposed to be 12,000 BTU. And I don't know. I've had some that were like 6 to 8 that are doing almost the same, if not a little bit more. So I'm a little iffy about that. But anyways, let me talk about what happened. So today was the hottest fucking... Today was brutal, dude. Today was legitimately brutal. Like, old people would die type brutal. I mean, like, get Walmart to send bottled water. It's brutal, okay? Like, I just went out right now. It's like 11:30 at night. And the air is sticky. And it's just like... Ugh. Anyways. One of the reasons I wanted to get an indoor one is because I thought... They said they're like 60 pounds. I'm like, I'm not technically supposed to lift anything over like 15. But if the box is, I could maybe wiggle it up a stair, take a break, wiggle up another stair. Because you can walk it, you kind of edge it one way and kind of like, and then I could probably do that. Now, as I've talked in the other clips, I've been suffering from gas, and I've been suffering from like panic attacks and just I'm having a hard time breathing, mainly to the heat. And I was worried about how the fuck am I gonna get this sumbitch up the stairs. Now, see, what is today? Wednesday. So Monday, the handyman from next door, he came to my door and asked, what about the AC? And I'm like, well, it's coming Wednesday. And he's like, oh, I'll help and blah, blah, blah. Well, he didn't show up. Anyways, so I go downstairs. It's around 2 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock. And when I get downstairs, now I had a couple other things. I spent $30. 30, hear them, 30, 1, 2, 3, $30 on Kool-Aid packets. They were like 12, 13 bucks a piece, and I bought 2 of them. Well, I usually get the orange, and I usually get lemonade. Well, I was looking through Amazon, and they had a couple, and usually I spend like 14 something. These were 12 something, so I was like, shit, it's $1 cheaper. And I looked at the flavors as strawberry, and the other was grape, and I was like, hey, you know what? Fuck it. I'll get them. I got the money, I'm going to get them. Because I've been trying to stay away from soda, so I've been doing more Kool-Aid. It's just that simple. And I was like, shit. So anyways, I got this box full of 2 cases of Kool-Aid. You know the cases, like the little packets, you take them out. There's 48 in there, like you see at the store. Well, Amazon, instead of sending them in a normal sized box that those things would just fit into, they sent me this huge fucking big ass box, right? And I'm like, whatever, man. And then of course I got my Better Call Saul Season 2, and then I got Walking Dead Season 8. Those came, finally. So I had all this stuff in my hands. And there was some other mail down there too, whatever. Anyways, as I come around the corner, and I was going down, because I'm on the landing, and as I'm turning to go down those last 3 stairs, I look, and I see this huge box. Now, what's annoying is the people downstairs. I don't know if they're moving or what, but there's like a billion boxes out there. There's just like scattered everywhere. They're, they're like cardboard that you like fold into boxes. They're not actual boxes, but like I said, they're foldable. So again, I don't know if somebody's moving or it's doing a lot of selling on QVC or something. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Or eBay or some shit. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. So, for me to even notice it in the calamity that's going on down there, it's a surprise. It's a shock. Anyways, I look and I was like, oh shit, it's here. Fucking hottest day of the year. Now, at this point, it was starting to get really nasty warm. Now, yesterday was pretty nasty. Wasn't that bad outside, but the house got really brutal. And I'm like, okay, let's see if I can't lift it up. Because if I can get it up the 3 stairs, I'll be okay. Especially if I could get it to the second landing. Because there's the first landing, you go up the 3 stairs, there's a landing by the porch, and then there's the 4 stairs, and then you turn, and then there's the 11 stairs. And I'm thinking, well, if I can get it to the 11 stairs, I can walk it up the stairs. Once I get it up the stairs, we're okay. I can literally just drag the fucking thing. Now, again, I'm not supposed to be lifting nothing. I got the hernia. I got this disc issue. I'm not supposed to be doing this shit, but it's 100 goddamn degrees. I can probably do it if I had to. I mean, you know, you're not going to see me crumpled up in a fucking ball 10 minutes later, but, you know, if push come to shove and my life depended on it, I probably could get the thing up the stairs if I absolutely had to. Now, whether I have a fucking stroke or cardiac doing it, it's anyone's guess. And I'm thinking, okay, so I go to grab the box just to see, like, move it around to see how, like, tough it, like, how heavy it is. And I'm like, motherfucker, I can't lift this. I can't even. I mean, I could wiggle it. If I get it from like one side of the room to the other, but to like lift it up each stair, I'm like, there's no way I can do this. What the fuck? So I was like, all right, and I sat on the 3 stairs, which is usually where I sit when DLT's unloading the truck with my groceries. So I'm sitting there and I'm kind of looking through my stuff. All of a sudden, just out of the blue, the woman, I don't even know her name, the woman who lives down there, her husband and her son, she comes out and she's like, oh, hi. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? I was being nice, friendly as I can be, you know. I'm dead inside, so, you know, I'll take it for what it's worth. And she's like, do you need help with that? And I'm like, fuck yeah. Well, at first I almost said, no, I don't need any help with that, because the guy is supposed to come over, right? The guy next door. I mean, literally next door, like across on the other side of this wall over here, was supposed to come. I said, well, he was supposed to come help, but yeah, I could use help now. And she's like, okay, I'll go see if my son, is available. So I, a couple minutes later, out comes the son, strapping young lad, handsome, strapping young man. And I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I don't know what his age is, but when I was his age, he ain't 40, I can tell you that right now. When I was his age, I could take this fucking box, swear to Christ, and I did it. I could muscle this thing up over my fucking shoulder, and I could literally David Hasselhoff my way up the fucking stairs without a problem. You understand what I'm saying to you? I could David Hasselhoff my shit up the fucking stairs with this box over my shoulder. Right over my right shoulder, I could do it. I've done it before. Without a problem. Actually, the only real problem is if it was top heavy, I might kind of like tip back and be like, whoa, kind of lose my balance. But I would grab on and be like, hey, okay. That's really about the only thing I had to worry about. And he's like, where do you want it? I was like, just at the top of the stairs. Because if I could get it to the top of the stairs, I could drag it into the house. Now, the only real problem, 2 real problems, would be there's that one step in the kitchen, because you go from the kitchen to the living room, there's that one step, because there's that little fuck-ass door there. And the other problem is in the bedroom it's carpeting, but you can kind of walk it and across the fucking floor. Well, next again, now you gotta understand, it's 90 degrees. No, it's pretty brutal, dude. It's hot shit heat, and I am what you would call not in shape, like at all anymore, ever. Not that I ever was, but the little bit of shape that I was in, where I could actually maybe function just a tiny bit out in real life, minus the spina bifida and all the bullshit. Those days are gone, motherfucker. Those days they're gone. Like up the ass, bend me over, watch me cry, gone. So somehow, don't ask me how. Well, no, actually, let me, before I even go on that, let me take a step back. So it's at the top of the stairs. Now I'm downstairs, and I'm thinking, okay, I gotta grab my shit, and I got two big things of movies. I mean, they're thick movies, they're series. There's two series, and they're kind of thick. And I've got these two big things of Kool-Aid. Oh, and I forgot to mention. And I'm gonna complain about this when I 3-star at Amazon. As the kid was lifting this thing, something falls out the bottom. Now, if you know how this thing works, the window, whatever they call it, whatever the little window wedge thing is, the shit fell out of the fucking bottom. And he's holding it, and he's like telling his mother, could you pick it up? Because I'm standing outside on the porch, and he's standing down at the front of the 3 stairs in front of me, and ain't no way I can get down there to get it. And she's like, oh, she grabs it, he takes off, and she hands it to me. So now I got this long plastic piece of shit, and there's like 3 pieces of like thick plastic, intermingled with each other. They slide in and out. So now I'm holding these 2 things of Kool-Aid, whatever little mail there was, I don't even remember, and these 2 movies, and now there's this fucking plastic that I now have draped across both of my arms. And I'm kind of using my left arm to like hug against my nipple breast, as I use my right hand to, hobble up the fucking stairs with the handrail. So anyways, he gets it up there, he comes back down, blah blah blah. I'm like, thank you. I'm like, believe me, I was thankful. I was like, thank you. And I was like, and again, I'm worrying about, with the heat, not being able to breathe, having a panic attack. So I go up 3 steps, and I pause and I take a deep breath. And I keep breathing. I'm like, okay, I take a couple more steps, breathe some more, get halfway up, take some more time. I'm going slow. Anyways, I finally get to the top of the stairs. Didn't have a panic attack. Didn't lose my breath. Didn't anything. Everything's going good. Everything's, well, as good as it can be. I gotta keep in mind, this is a long box. This is a long, probably at least a 4-foot box. It's a 4-footer basically, and it's vertical, and it's kind of annoying. And sometimes when they have those thick plastic straps that they'll put on, like in shipping, and they'll put it around the box. Well, one of the straps, because usually there's 2, there's nowhere to be found. And this other strap was just kind of very loose, so if I tugged on it, it would come off, which is supposed to. I mean, it's supposed to slide in and out, on and off. But I was hoping to get a little tug with it, a little movement with it before it did so. So I'm tugging on the fucking thing. Blah blah blah. Anyways, as I pull, of course, it's not going to just slide across the carpet. It's got to start, because there's a little shit carpet out there at the front of the stairs. And because basically, when I say carpet, I don't mean like a little throw rug. The whole thing is kind of wall-to-wall carpet, but it's not like real carpet. It's just some sort of felt shit that they had. I don't even know what the hell it is, but there is like a carpet, and I use that word very loosely, more like a cloth bottom. And there's like different sections of it. These have different colors actually. It's just like little pieces of shit that they had, like, oh, they did the one room 20 years ago and there's a little bit of piece left over, so they just kind of threw it there, and they did another one, and it's just, it basically is this patchwork of bullshit from like 40 years ago, no joke. Well, this one salmon color that is now kind of turned into like this muddy brown color section, as I'm tugging, decides, oh, I'm going to get stuck on the thing and pull up as you pull. So I started pulling the carpet up. I'm like, no, because this thing was like welded in there, so I don't even know how the fuck that thing even came up. Because after all the years of wear and tear and just stomping on it and shit, it like became part of the floor. Like it's just there. It's like. So anyway, I was like, all right, fuck this. So I kind of walked it, like one corner, tipped it, wiggled it, moved it, wiggled it, moved it. Once I got over the hump, that little hump, I was able to get it in the door. Now, the top of the stairs is the hottest place in the fucking universe. Okay, there's no place hotter. The sun? No, not even close. Top of the fucking stairs is hot. Hell is not hot. Top of the stairs is hot. Now I'm at the top of the stairs, tugging on this fucking thing. And anyways, before I did all that, I brought the shit that I had in my arms. I brought it in, put it on the dryer. And then I went out and started tugging on it, and it got caught on the carpet, basically. So I somehow get it in the house. I shut the door, lock the door. Actually, I don't think I even locked the door. I think I just shut the door. I remember locking it later, but whatever. And now the strap is still on, the little plastic shipping strap. I don't even know what those things are. And I'm tugging, I'm pulling, I'm tugging. I get it past the stove, I get it past the washer, I got it past the dog area. I got it to basically right in the middle of the kitchen where I sit. And I'm like, because you gotta understand, my face is like 1,000 times redder than it should be. Yeah, I am hot. Like if you touched my hand, I would burn your skin. That's how fucking hot I was. I'm surprised I didn't go into like some sort of a coma. I mean, I was that hot, no joke. I mean, I'm not kidding when I say that. I was legitimately hot, like physically scorching bullshit. And I'm like, okay, time to sit down, time to take a break. I got it, dude. I mean, the fact that it was in my kitchen was more than enough. So I turned on the cold water. I wanted to wash my hands, just because. And I ran my hands under some cold water for a few minutes. Again, hottest fucking day of the year. Arguably. No, I'd say it is. Probably, fuck you. It was one of the hottest because it was like a sticky shit day, or it's just whatever. Anyway, so after probably less than 40 seconds, I'm like, fuck this. I have to get this in because it is steamingly hot. And this is the kitchen. The kitchen is usually relatively somewhat kind of cool. It's the back bed. It's my bedroom in the back that just fosters heat like an old broad's ass. Okay, it's not good. So I get it in the rest of the way, and I get it to that one stair from the kitchen into the living room. And I go to 1 foot it, basically. I can do the little, get one corner up, wiggle the rest, push it in. There you go. Now we're up on the hump, and we go into the bedroom. Or go through the living room and then into the bedroom. Well, as I do, I hear the sound of styrofoam crushing. Like, just like breaking, like into pieces. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Now, before I washed my hands, when I brought it in, the fucking little plastic slip that was on there, the little strap that I was referring to, had fallen off. So I just took that off and threw it to the side. And apparently that strip was holding the bottom together because there was no bottom on this thing. It was basically a piece of styrofoam with a, let's see, a five-sided fucking box over top of it. And this one strap was holding that box together. I don't know why they thought that was the way to go. I have no fucking earthly clue. And I'm going to complain about that shit because it was just ass dumb fucking stupid. Whatever. So, apparently what happened was I had gotten the corner up, but it was just the styrofoam, and the weight of the machine broke the styrofoam and is now laying in the middle of my floor. Now I've got this piece of styrofoam on the bottom, and it's in a chunk. It's like a big chunk that's at the base of my system, my AC unit. And there's the piece that broke off that was on the hump of the stair. Well, dog comes along, he's like, oh, what's this? He grabs that, takes off, starts chewing it up. Whatever. Anyways, at this point, I'm like, okay, fuck this. Fuck this. I have to go and sit down. I have to sit down in the bedroom. Now, the only place the fan was at this time, you gotta understand that the entire apartment was just a heat wave. And I had the two fans on. I'm like, you know what? So I took all the stuff of like any importance, like papers, plastic strips I was talking about, and I took all that stuff and I brought it into the bedroom. Now, the video that I had seen how to like install this fucking thing, apparently was the old version. This is the new version. So I'm like, where's that square plastic piece? Well, apparently you don't need the square plastic piece because the round plastic piece now fits into the round plastic back. Or before it was a square plastic back, and you had to basically screw on this plastic strip and then slide that into the back. Now it just snaps in the back. Whatever. So, excuse me. So I'm sitting on the bed, and I'm like, "Fuck this shit!" And I gotta take the little fan. I gotta like literally just angle it right at my fucking cocks and face because I'm sitting there and it's like just blowing on my nuts and face. It's just insane. And then the big one behind me next to the bed, I got that blowing on my back, and I'm like, I need to sit here for a few minutes because it was legitimately fucking hot. Like I was physically hot. So I take the tube. You're supposed to take the tube and you're supposed to screw the one end on. You're supposed to screw another end on. And I looked and I'm like, okay, the one end is screwed on, but the other part is not there. What the hell? Well, after having looked at the back, I realized that they changed the back from the video that I had seen, as I had mentioned. So in other words, instead of having the square back, they now have a round one that just fits perfectly with the little tube. Now you gotta picture these tubes. It's like a vacuum cleaner, but it's big, it's thick. Think like a huge, gigantic Slinky spring. That's like the size of one of those like big Crisco cans of like white lard oil bullshit. Okay. Or like one of those big coffee containers that you get. So, I apologize for yawning so much because I'm just like tired as shit right now. So anyways, I'm fiddling with all this stuff. I'm looking at the screws and I'm like, I don't know what this piece is. There's supposed to be some sort of vent. There's some sort of hose that you stick in the back. I don't know what the fuck the hose is. I don't even give a shit. I don't care if it leaks all over the fucking house. I don't even care. I don't care if it leaks through the house, rots the floor, and leaks on the people downstairs. I don't care. I just want this thing blowing some fucking cool air in my face. That's it. I don't give a fuck. So, I finally say fuck it. Because it is super, 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 super hot. And I go out there, and keep in mind, it's still mildly in the kitchen. Still partly in the kitchen. And I hobnob it up over the step. And when I do, I said, you know what? Fuck it. And I picked it up and I walked it through the living room. Because it was basically just the unit now. And I was like, you know what? No. And I walked it into the fucking bedroom. Now what happened, because I got girth and this thing got girth, we couldn't both fit through the fucking door. Literally fat guy problem, okay? It's, first world problem, you got fat guy problem. Because you understand, I'm bear hugging this motherfucker. And I'm just praying my back doesn't give out. And because I figured every foot that I got it closer to where I wanted it in the bedroom, the better. So like if I got it 1 foot, and my back goes out 3 feet. Now I didn't realize this thing had fucking wheels. Because keep in mind, the little bit of movement that I did was the styrofoam. Now, I could have literally just sat on the floor and just pushed it to the fucking carpet. Maybe had a little bit of difficulty on the carpet, but I didn't realize that. I didn't even know it had wheels. So anyways, I picked it up and I brought it in. And I first set it on the bed. And I'm like, okay, this isn't going to work because it's kind of top heavy. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to set it on the arm of the chair. Nothing's kind of heavy, but, whatever. So the first thing I do is I take the tube, the big vent, and I strap it on the back. I'm like, how does this work? So I take it, and you basically just take it and you kind of like line it up and then twist it. I think, I don't know. It's still connected, so that's all I care. And then you've got the other end, and it goes basically onto this plastic frame that fell out earlier as the kid was bringing it up. Fell out the bottom, and that's your window, whatever you call it, shoehorn or whatever the fuck it's called. And it's got the perfectly lined size, whatever. Well, for some reason they didn't give me screws for it. And if they do, the screws they gave me were too big to fit in the fucking holes. So, I don't know. After way too long, I finally said, fuck it, I need to turn this thing on. So I plugged it in, and I hit the power button, of course, nothing. And it's got one of those stupid plug-ins where you have to like push the button on the actual thing. So I push the button, all of a sudden you hear the beep beep, and it turns on. I'm like, oh, thank the Christ. And of course, the goddamn thing is in Celsius. Fuck your bullshit. European faggotry bullshit. And I'm trying to get it Celsius, and I hit the wrong button, and it goes from AC to fan. And of course, the fan's just blowing hot air now, and I'm like, fuck that shit. So I'm trying to get it back. So finally, I was like, you know what? The buttons on the system, they're not corresponding. They're not working the way I want. So let me go with the little remote. Of course, I need I need 2 AAA batteries, which pisses me off. I don't like AAA anymore. I'd rather have AA. Because I happen to have a lot of AA in whatever. But I remember Jean had bought me, probably 5-6 years ago, she'd bought me a whole case, a whole package of AAA. And of course I go out there and there's like this white, powdery, pusty thing, where I think one of them may have blown up or some bullshit, I don't know. I don't give a fuck, as long as the shit works. So I get them, I take and put them in, I turn the power off, turn it back on, and it's still in the fan. So I'm like, click, click, click. Of course, the buttons aren't really corresponding and they're not really relating to what I want. For whatever reason, I don't know. Well, finally, I got it turned on. Now, this thing started off at like 85, and I'm like, no, it's 90 outside. I don't even know 85. Fuck that shit. So once I got it set up, I'm hitting down, and it's going beep, 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 beep every time I hit the fucking thing, because I got to go from whatever it is, 78, 90, 100, whatever the fuck it was, down to as low as it'll go. Now I'm a little pissed. It stops at 61. I'm a little pissed with it because my other one stopped at 60. and it just irritates me that it doesn't go even number. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So it's actually kind of cool because when you turn it on, there's these vents on the top, and they open up automatically, like Walmart doors. They just kind of, and they start blowing air out. You turn it off, they close, and it is what it is. Well, I'm just trying to get the thing to blow some cold air. After I get it going and it does start blowing cold air, and I get it from Celsius to Fahrenheit, and I get everything working proper. All of a sudden, the fucking hose started spewing this huge, massive amount of hot air, and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Why is this even a thing? Whatever. Well, I start struggling with this fucking thing. I'm trying to get it in the window. Now, the bar itself fits perfectly going horizontally. Or excuse me, vertically, going up and down. It fits perfectly into my window. My problem is it didn't come with the screws, or the screws that they gave me just were too big, and the thing kept sliding out, sliding out, sliding out. Now keep in mind, the old AC is still in there. And it had those little flap panels that you pull, those little accordion flaps. So I'm pushing the flaps back, and it's just not going as far back as it should. Well, eventually, long story short, I ended up getting the flaps back just enough, like far enough, where I could slip just the hose outside. And there's just this little bit of area at the top, and a little tiny bit at the bottom that I have to close off with like plastic bags or some shit. I basically took a Walmart bag and just kind of stuffed it in there. And what I'm thinking about now, I don't know how easy or difficult it is to cut plexiglass. I don't know, but what would be awesome is if I could get the handyman to take the two, because you understand this is a big hole in the wall, because Graham and Jean thought that was a great idea. Instead of having windows, they're just going to rip holes in the wall, like cut, triangle or rectangles in the fucking side of the house. Well, whatever. So, like I said, anyways, I get it working, and it's been pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Now, I will be honest with you. The window fan, or the window AC that I have, the one that's sitting here broke and dilapidated, that thing would cool the entire kitchen. I mean, not to the nth degree, but it would be somewhat cooler out there. To be honest with you, it's a little warm out in the kitchen. The kitchen's a little warm, which I don't give a fuck. I'm not sitting out in the kitchen all the time. And a little bit that I do go out there, who cares if it's a little bit warm? I just come back in here where it's cold. It is what it is. But like I said, I'm a little disappointed that I paid an extra like $70 to get the extra BTUs, and I'm not really seeing them. So if the other one that's 8,000 BTUs is somehow like really bad, I don't know, man. It's just something about it. It doesn't seem to be as powerful as I think it should be. But I'm not gonna complain. This is the nice, most comfortable afternoon I've had. But dude, it was horrible because it took a while to get the warmth out of this house, because now I don't know how much of it was me specifically, because there's little problems, like for example the PS4, it gives off a shitload of heat. I had the window open. Of course, the only reason I had the window open is because if I didn't, it would get even hotter, because it would turn into a broiler, essentially. Turn into like some sort of sauna. And there's no escape. Like, I go outside, it's hot. I come inside, it's even hotter. The only reprieve would be taking a cold shower, and sometimes that just doesn't work. But whatever. So anyways, I got the damn thing up and running. Not really happy about the placement of the vent, but I mean, basically I have the old AC with with a little flap. Not a little flap's been there for like 8 years. And I pushed it all the way back. I got the hose out the window. And then I took the flap and kind of pushed it back. So the flap is kind of acting like the doorstop, or kind of acting like the plastic pieces that fell out of the bottom. And like I said, there's just the top and the bottom that I got to deal with. And the bottom's just a little tiny section, like I don't know, bugs crawling in or nothing. No big deal. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm definitely very happy with it in the sense that it cooled me down like on the hot days, but I don't know if it's worth the money though. I mean, I would have probably been better off buying, a $250 window mount. I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to share that fucking story with you because it was, oh my god. Oh, like I was able to turn like this fan on the side here. I don't know if you can hear the fans like more or less than what you normally were hearing in the last few clips. I mean, you probably could hear, especially the bottom one, the one that's on the floor, but I actually turned this one down to low, which is kind of nice. Now, that thing was going high, on high for like 3 weeks. Actually, for quite a while, actually. And probably more than 3 weeks, but whatever. I'm kind of rambling. I'm very tired. I'm very, very tired right now. It's like 12:30 at night, and I'm really tired. Oh, you know what? Fuck you. I'm done telling you stories. Fuck you.